For this video here today, I initially wanted to go into it talking about how excited I was for the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remasters while unlocking Dark Matter on the skateboard, but that's not the case. It was all supposed to work out so perfectly. I wanted to go ahead and unlock Dark Matter here on the skateboard because I just thought it was going to line up so perfectly with the announcement of the remasters, but man, I am upset. For those of you guys that have been around on the channel for a little while now, it's not very often that I usually talk about things or even really make videos on things that aren't Call of Duty, but this one here is an exception because Tony Hawk was my childhood. It was one of my childhood games like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Star Wars Battlefront, things like that is really what I grew up on the PlayStation 2 at the time. So again though, a couple of days ago, the official announcement for Pro Skater 3 and 4 Remaster came out, and unfortunately we got some pretty bad news with it. Activision confirms Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 will not have the original career mode. Instead, like in the first 3 games, each Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 level will feature a list of challenges to complete in a 2-minute run. I'll go ahead and leave the tweet and the article down in the description below, but it upset me so much because, again, that game was my childhood. I have the fondest memories just playing Tony Hawk to ridiculous hours of the night, just free skating around, exploring all the levels, having a great time hitting 360 varial McTwists. Like, that was my childhood, man. And it just absolutely blows my mind that for whatever reason they decided to go ahead and make it like Pro Skater 3. Now, granted, I didn't really play a lot of Pro Skater 3. I did go back and play Pro Skater 2, so I'm not entirely sure what I may or may not have missed out on by not really playing the original 3 games, but why this is such a big deal and having the 2-minute runs instead of having the free skate option in career mode. With the 2-minute time limit in the career mode, it's like, yeah, you get to skate around the map for 2 minutes, but you have to go to the other NPCs in the level that will give you the challenges to do. Instead of just being able to free skate around, explore, collect money, level up your skills, and do all of that. Now it seems like in the career mode anyway, with it changing, that it's not going to be the exact same, and it's just going to be more of a forced playthrough, like you have to get it done super quick instead of just, I don't know, actually laying back, enjoying the game, taking the time with the career mode. I don't need to speedrun it, I just want to play the video game. Again, it really is just some of the fondest memories I had as a kid, skating around all the maps, listening to really great music, thinking I was hot shit hitting these million-point combos. Like, I love Tony Hawk. And I think the thing of it is, too, that really upsets me as well, is that if they're going to go ahead and give a 2-minute time limit for Pro Skater 4, because Pro Skater 4, again, with not having the time limit in career mode, was a first, and it eventually laid the foundation for games like American Wasteland or Thug, Tony Hawk's Underground, and Underground 2. Now, Thug 2 was another game as well that I spent a lot of time playing. I remember thinking it was the coolest thing in the world that we were actually able to get off our skateboards and just walk around the map in Thug 2. I thought that shit was crazy to me. I think Pro Skater 4 came out in 2002 and Underground 2 came out in 2004, so I was like 6, 8 years old when these games are coming out. My mind is absolutely blown over this small little open world that I was able just to run around and skateboard in. Like, it was so cool to me. So hearing the news about this remaster and it not being the exact same as the original, like, it makes me really sad. I'm a grown-ass man being upset about this. Just let me relive my childhood, man. Why do we gotta do this? Who decided this? Now, I did read in the article, though, that there is still going to be a free skate option, which basically what that means is think of it like a private match, essentially, in Call of Duty. Of course, you still have the option to essentially load up a private match where you can load up any one of the levels, just go, skate around, have a fun time. While it's nice to still have that option, I wish it was still a thing in career mode, because it was a big deal in career mode, having that extra time to level up your skills and collect money so you can upgrade yourself in the game. It seems like, anyway, you're not going to be able to do that, or it at least, again, is not going to work the same way, and it's so frustrating. I'm yapping about this so much right now because, listen, man, there's not many things when it comes to video games that I'm actually passionate about besides Call of Duty. I think I was saying this earlier, but for those of you guys that have been around on the channel for a while, it's not very often that I cover things that aren't Call of Duty, and that's for good reason. I know it sounds really weird, but genuinely a lot of the time, just a lot of other games really, I'm just not that interested in. Even things when it comes to like Elden Ring, or even nowadays, I know another really popular game right now is Monster Hunter Wild, or whatever it's called. Thing is for me is that I really do just stay in my lane when it comes to Call of Duty. Like, I've had a lot of people over the years tell me to try and branch out and do other things, and I've tried. To be completely honest with you guys, a lot of the time when I have tried branching out, it hasn't really worked, and that's totally fine. That's neither here nor there. I have established myself on Call of Duty, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I love COD. But it's so rare to me that when a new game gets announced that's not Call of Duty, I'm genuinely excited for it, and with Pro Skater 4 again being my childhood, I lost my mind over it. I mean, even looking back at the trailer for it, seeing that opening cinematic on college, hitting the 360 varial McTwist, I just, wow! The remasters look absolutely stunning, but it's just this little change to career mode that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, why would you strip that away? That was one of the core fundamentals of how Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 was played. Why would you change that? It's like, imagine they release a Call of Duty campaign where you only have like 5 minutes to get through the level. Imagine you're trying to play a level like all gillied up. up, it's a stealth mission. Oh, but you only have 10-15 minutes to actually get through the level, so hurry it up, buddy. It's not really giving us the chance to immerse ourselves in the world. I'm probably thinking way too deep into this, but man, it's frustrating. It's almost like the same outrage I had over Black Ops 4 not having a campaign. Like, what do you mean you're releasing a COD without a campaign? Or imagine releasing a Call of Duty game without private match. It's like, what are we doing? I mean, granted, in hindsight, though, it made sense why they didn't release a Black Ops 4 campaign because, well, the Black Ops 3 campaign, yeah. But that's just what I'm not understanding. At least in this current moment right now, I have no idea why they would have decided to put the time limit back on for the career mode. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like getting rid of the time limit just did so much for career mode. It just made it feel so much more alive. You had much more time to just immerse yourself in the world, and we're not having that anymore. It's just so frustrating. I'm sure maybe in due time, it's gonna make more sense as to why they made that decision, and again, thankfully, free skate is still an option, but it's just so weird to me. Why would you do that? There's, again, a lot of comparisons that I can make to Call of Duty, but I'm not going to get myself that heated right now. Me when I booted up Modern Warfare 2019 for the first time. What do you mean we don't have a radar? What do you mean there's not red dots? Hello? I just realized this whole time I've just been completely slacking. I really need triple kills. I know I was also just saying this a little bit ago, but at least as of right now, it's not painting a very good picture for the potential future if they were to do something like remastering Tony Hawk's Underground or American Wasteland. It's not really a good sign if they're willing to take away the open time limit on career mode, kind of get rid of that free feeling adventure to just ride around and skate around the maps. If they're getting rid of that, or at least if they're limiting it, they're probably now not going to do those other games, especially when the core of those games was not based on time limit. That's just, again, how I remember the career modes being played. It was so much more fun when there wasn't a time limit, just had all the time to immerse myself, and now it's not there, and now I'm sad. Man, I'm about to be 30 years old. I'm pushing 29 this year. I am unk status, and I'm sitting here complaining about a video game getting remastered from 20 years ago. I need to go start a family. Oh my god, dude, I just realized my OBS crashed. Are you kidding me? I just looked over and saw, whoops, OBS has crashed. I swear to god, man. I don't know if there's gonna be a way that I could potentially salvage that first recording. I mean, like, it's whatever, man. I don't even think this would be a moment where I could go ahead and, like, restart the recording. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to match that passion again. But yeah, regardless, if you couldn't tell by the sound of my voice, I am very upset with the way that Tony Hawk is going over right now. I don't think it exactly ruins the game, but it definitely ruins my mood. I just think that the game is going to play in a very unnecessarily different way. I just don't understand, again, who is in the meeting just being like, you know what? Nope, we're actually gonna change that this go around. Like, why? I'm still very excited for the game, don't get me wrong, but man, it's just some very, very unfortunate and frustrating news. Are you serious right now? Now I get to sit here and stress myself out about getting bloodthirsties with this thing. Like, man, oh my god, he's hiding in the vents like it's Among Us! The game ends when I'm one off, bro. Oh my god. Bro, I am going through it right now. Oh my god. Besides all the Tony Hawk yapping, there's been a ton of Battlefield leaks on the timeline today. I obviously can't show any videos, but it's looking a lot like Battlefield 3, which looks really good. It looks a lot like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. I'll go ahead and leave some links to tweets, or better yet, just go to Ghost of Hope's Twitter. Just go to Hope's Twitter, go to Bob's Twitter, you'll see it everywhere. It's also another thing as well, like, I think at some point this year, the new Battlefield is supposed to come out, I would imagine. I know we got Grand Theft Auto 6, we got the new Battlefield game, next Call of Duty. I'm just really hoping that everything tends to go over well this year, because last time we had a year like this, at least a year like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Halo, for example, was 2021, and we all know how Vanguard and Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite all went over on launch, so I'm hoping that it's not like that this go around. That should be it. That should be the last bloodthirsty I needed, right? Yeah, there we go. Dark Matter Skateboard. Let's go. I was really hoping to take the Dark Matter Skateboard into Grind, but I just realized they got rid of the Grind 24/7 playlist, so that's now gone. Well, if you haven't seen it already, here again is the Dark Matter Skateboard. I had such a good idea in mind, man. I wanted to go ahead and unlock this, just playing Grind 24/7, talking about Tony Hawk, being like, yes, I'm so stoked! While the news of Tony Hawk is a little unfortunate, I really do hope that at least at some point in time there could be a future update to it, or maybe again they'll will have some sort of update where they adjust the career mode, but I don't know if it's just too far gone, too far along into the development where they're just not able to do that. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm still pretty hyped for the game. The game looks great, but I'm just still so upset by that. I don't really mean to be sitting here yapping about Tony Hawk all day. It's not really the kind of video that I typically make, but I still just wanted to go ahead and talk about it because it's something that I'm passionate about. Surprise if you didn't know that about me. Yes, I enjoy Tony Hawk. I was very much a Tony Hawk Pro Skater enthusiast as a kid. I would again hope that there's going to be some sort of update to the game, but I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see what happens when the time comes. So with all that being said though, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Just want to sit down, talk about that. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below how you guys feel about it. What do you guys think of the new Battlefield as well? Because I would imagine that today on Friday, there's probably going to be more Twitter leaks. So if you guys see that, do let me know what you guys think about that as well. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. It's Enrage, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.